What is up, everybody? We are here in the shop today with our C8 race car build. We're going to do an in-depth dive of this car. That'll be its own video once we get it all done. Today we have our Ventus 3 Verus Aero front splitter on the car, but they came out with a Ventus 4 front splitter, which is higher downforce. It's a new revision. It's one, I think it's one big piece. This is a two-piece splitter. It's split down the middle and you attach them before you put it on the car. So we're going to be taking this off and putting the revision of the front splitter on the car. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and lift the car up in the air and get this old one off, and then I'll go unbox the new one, show you guys the differences, and yeah, we'll be putting it on the car. So let's get into it. All right, so here we have it. There are a bunch of little Allen bolts holding this thing in. So we're gonna go ahead and get this off, but before I do that, I wanna show you guys the aero underneath this car. It's pretty impressive. Here's the old splitter that we are replacing and taking off. These are all factory, these plastic parts, but then you have these Verus louvers here. All this aero, this underside of this car is basically completely covered up to be as efficient as possible. And then here are the Verus side skirts that we just put on. They look pretty good here. You can see them hanging off the side. Then as we get more towards the back, you have the Verus carbon fiber diffuser here, which looks really good, as you can see there. Then the huge wing. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get to removing this front splitter. I think I'm going to take the, let me get this light out of the, yeah. I think I'm going to take these little ones out first. And then these big Allens give it more support. So I'm going to get a stand, put it under, probably hold it up somewhere here, and then just let it down slow once I get everything disconnected. But yeah, let's get to it. So we've got all of these little Allen bolts out that hold it to this this carbon piece right here. We got all those out, and now we're going to take out these big ones, which are holding it to the actual structure that this splitter bolts to. I'll show you guys that when we get it off, but yeah, let's get started on that. So here you can see this structure where that was bolted into. It's very rigid. It's got a bar that comes up here to the front, here where all those little Allens were bolted into, just to align it, and then those big ones bolted into this frame here. But yeah, the splitter is out. Here it is. And you can see here where it's held together, those two pieces, they're split down the middle. And then these bolts that hold the little carbon deflectors on the bottom, and the side, the end plates here. I'm not sure if we get new end plates or if we have to swap these over. I guess we will see. But yeah, let's go ahead and get that new splitter unboxed. As you can see here though, this splitter is pretty big. It's quite a bit wider than I am, so we're probably gonna turn this into some type of wall ornament if I had to guess. But yeah, let's go ahead and get that new splitter unboxed. You can see here, this is the box for it. It appears to be one big piece instead of the two pieces now. The box for the old one was much smaller. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this unboxed. Alright, so we've got our kit unboxed. The splitter is sitting here. A few pieces that came with it that are different than the old one over there. These end plates, they've got a little bit more of a sleek design. Different inserts right here. I can show you guys. These are the old ones, so as you can see, they stick up a little bit higher and the front of it is not quite as sleek. I'm gonna look at the arrow sheet that they have and kind of explain some of the differences there, but that's the end plate. There are also these cutouts in the splitter, and these two pieces come like this, and they basically slide together. Let me see if I can get it here. They slide together like that, and you can see they bolt through to the splitter. They sit like that pretty much. You can see the other one over on that side. And then there are these same carbon bottom pieces that bolt through. So this is the first thing that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and put these on there, and then we will get to installing everything else. So let me move you guys over here. And there are pretty much 6 little spots where there's 2 holes right back to back with each other, and these go with this round side towards the front. I don't know how big of a difference it actually makes, but that is how they go, so that's how we're going to put it on there. All right, now that those little blades are all in place, the next thing I'm gonna do is mark these end plates up, and you've got to drill 3 holes on each side for these to bolt through. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, get these marked up, and drill through, so these will get bolted down. So basically, I'm gonna get these lined up where I want them to sit. And then we'll try and hold it in place. While I mark those holes, make sure they're all good and lined up, which they are. So, as you can see here, we've got those 3 marks, and if I put this over them, it sits flush with all of the edges. Just triple check, make sure that's in the right spot, which I think it looks good there. All right, so we'll go ahead and get a drill out, drill some holes. All right, so those holes are drilled. That lines up good. Sweet. All right, so now I'll bring this hardware over here. Basically, there are these little nuts, lock nuts, that you drop down in here to hold them in place. And then you put a bolt up through it. It's pretty simple. Phone's about to fall out of my pocket. Got these 3 bolts that get washers, and they come up through the bottom. As you can see here, sits pretty nice on the edge there, nice and flush. So we'll go ahead and get this one tightened up, and then I will do the same process on the other side. All right, we got this other side installed. The next step, we're going to be putting these in. They mount from the bottom, and there's little slots that they kind of sit and locate themselves in. So these, you've got all these little bolts and nuts that mount these in. And these all get a washer too. So that is bolted in, as you can see. And we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, and we will bring you guys back again. All right, so we have our front splitter fully assembled. We've got both of the vents and the end plates installed and all of the carbon fiber blades. Because we are swapping from the Ventus 3 splitter to the Ventus 4 splitter, the process is going to be a little bit different. The only thing that we have to do now before we bolt it up is install these riv nuts. And there's 2 holes that we have to drill. It's for these mount points right back here. If you are putting the kit on for the first time, you'll have to build up this whole frame system to get that ready. Ventus has a lot of great instructional videos. You also have to put this on. But yeah, Ventus has a lot of great instruction videos on how to do all that stuff that we followed and that helped us do it the first time. So go check out their website and their YouTube channel, all that stuff. It'll show you how to do that. It's not difficult. It's just nice to have an instructional video the first time. But basically what we're gonna do is get all these structural mounting points installed, mark these 2 spots where the splitter needs to get, or where those 2 holes need to get drilled, and then we will take the splitter back off, drill those holes, install the rib nuts, and then put the splitter back on, and everything, assuming it goes smoothly, everything should be done. So, and then we'll put the car on the ground, roll it outside, and get a look at everything, see how the aero kit looks, and then yeah, let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna try and do the opposite pretty much of what we did when we took it off. I'm gonna set it up on this stand and raise it up and get all these lined up, and then get started putting some of those bolts in. Okay, so that is up in the right-ish area. I'm gonna try and get a few of these started now. I think starting with these ones is gonna be the easiest. I'm gonna need a light. All right, that one is started. Just a couple more. All right, well, you guys get the gist. I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple of these started, and then I'll bring you guys back. All right, everybody, we got all of our structural bolts tightened up, and I went ahead and started all of these ones that connect it to this carbon plate right here, just to make sure that it was really aligned and where we want it to be. So now we gotta mark these back 2 holes, and then take it off, and drill, and then put those rib nuts in, and then we can put it back up, finish bolting it up, and then we'll be done. So I'll go ahead and mark those. So I'm gonna mark basically right in the middle of this splitter here. That marker won't reach, so I need a thinner one. I might just have to put a little small drill bit up there to mark it. I think I'll do that. Let me see if I can tell where that is. Let's see. Yeah. All right, that'll work. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and take all that back off, and we will drill out those 2 holes, put the rib nut in there, and then go ahead and bolt this thing back up. I'll bring you guys back once I get it off. All right, so here we are. You can see the markings here, and there's one on the other side. That's where we got to drill. So it's basically reinforcing the back of that splitter even more by mounting it there, giving it an extra mount point on the rear. So we're going to go ahead and drill that. We're going to go ahead and drill a little pilot hole. That drill bit is too dull for that, so we will get another one. See if this one's any better. Okay. There's one pilot hole done. Now we'll do this one. All right. Okay, so now we get the bigger one. All right, I'm gonna find a bigger, correct size drill bit to get those to the proper size, and then we will be back. All right, well, we got our holes drilled, and we took off this plastic panel to put the rib nuts in. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then we'll get this front splitter bolted up. All right, we got the rib nuts installed. We're gonna put that plastic piece back in, and then we'll bolt up the splitter. got this all bolted up in the car. You can see one of the main differences that stands out are these vents here. And also the old splitter ended about here, so you've got all this extra bracing on it, but we're gonna lower it down and see how it looks now.
Gotta put the
Yeah, I gotta put that
end plates on.
Oh yeah, gotta put the end plates on.
Looks good.
All right, here it is. It looks sweet, and it's a good bit bigger than the old one. So yeah, we're pretty excited. We're pretty close to taking this thing to the track, and we'll let you guys know how it does. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys later.